A wise woman once said that every morning you wake up and say a little prayer. After all, you never know what your day may hold. Hello! Welcome back to another episode of Three Gossip Girls, a Gossip Girl podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Michelle.
Tonight we watched Season 4, Episode 14, Panic Roommate. Original air date February 7th of 2011, written by Jake Coburn, directed by Andrew McCarthy. He directs a couple of Gossip Girl episodes.
Yeah,
That's nice
the name
to see.
sounds familiar.
Summary: Blair enlists. Wow, why is that a tongue twister?
Sounds like your name.
Enlists Nate's help to win over her high-strung boss. Damien stirs up more drama on the Upper East Side. Chuck finds himself torn between business and pleasure. Does he, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Before we discuss, let's just tell everyone what my glassful of gossip was tonight. We're laughing.
I'm dying to know.
We're laughing. I titled it Cosmic Love for Florence and the Machine performing in this week's episode. One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite artists. But I decided I wanted to make it like galaxy because like cosmic, but she's also like fairy, just something whimsical. So I did some blue lemonade. Highly caloric, highly sugar, highly fake crap. We just did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And then topped it off with a by 5 sparkling raspberry. And then gold luster dust on top. So as I'm making it, I dumped way too much gold luster dust. And the drink was just gold. And then it looked like poop.
Yeah, it looked like swamp water.
Towards
the end.
And so, yeah, we didn't drink that much of it. But it tasted blue, like something blue or grape
I think. But it was fun to watch.
It was fun. You'll see it on Instagram.
Yeah.
In case you're curious.
Yes.
All right. So my 3 gossip words from last week were help. Help.
I need somebody.
Chuck and Blair. Both needed help.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Apparently, Ben is dangerous. That's what they keep saying throughout this whole episode. He's dangerous, Serena. Don't be near him. He's dangerous.
All because of Damien.
Manipulation. Lots of manipulation going on in this episode. Damien with Eric. Blair with Nate.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Damien, Eric with Padge.
And then with Padge, so
Chuck and
Rena.
Everybody's
Everyone.
manipulated.
But that's a typical Gossip Girl episode.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. All right, let's start with Chuck because let's just get him out of the way. In my opinion, probably the most boring part of the whole episode.
I agree.
The whole season so far has been boring Chuck. Except for when we opened up with Henry Prince. I was so into that. Giuseppe Chuck, come back.
I don't think he's not.
He's never.
No, that has
never
long gone.
But isn't that crazy how that's how we started the season and now we're here?
I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of forgot.
Of
I never
course.
forgot about Giuseppe Chuck. I just forgot that.
No,
that
it
was
feels like that
whole...
was a whole lifetime ago. It felt like it was last season.
It does, yeah.
But that was where we started this season. But now Chuck is still hooking up with Raina. Quite violently and nauseating, in my opinion.
When we were watching, you said you felt that they didn't have a chemistry.
I don't feel that way
either.
They don't have chemistry for me. They have this very sexual relationship, but like even me watching this like sex play out, I don't feel literally anything.
Well, don't we usually not feel sexual towards
usually.
The sexual that's happening?
You're right. I don't usually, but at least I don't know. I just don't feel like they have chemistry, and I wasn't the only one in the chat.
Well, I also agree to that. I don't know.
It's just not there.
Do you think, without spoiling, which like kind of we all know, but I keep saying it, this will all be a joke if this ever backfires in my face. But because we know they're not endgame, it's hard to jump on board with this. No, right? Because we always like there's in shows that we've watched, we have loved different couples. And we're like, oh, we love when this happens. Even though they're not endgame, we root for them.
We root for it. Yeah. I don't root for this.
Yeah.
Raina would probably be better with any other person on the show. I think she's a firecracker and she is like this amazing person that
Yeah.
doesn't need to be lowering her standards to Chuck.
Agreed.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and funny enough, what you just said, I feel like that's how I am with Serena and Ben right now. Like, we all know they're not endgame, right?
Yeah.
We can make a high prediction that they're not endgame. So I am literally, as much as it bothers me, I'm like pretty much numb to it at this point. I'm like, well, in a couple episodes, he's going to be gone.
Well, that's the thing too. Aren't we numb to Serena falling for a boy?
So that's how Chuck is with Raina, is like what Serena and Ben are doing. It's kind of just like filler.
Right.
Nonsense. Repeated plots, especially, don't even get me started with Serena. It's on repeat from day one. So anyway, back to Chuck.
Yeah.
So Raina interrupts their session because she's got to go. Her dad's calling, and he goes back to the palace, the Empire, and he tells Nate that he needs Raina to fall for him ASAP. Okay, so he doesn't actually like her, right? Is what we originally think.
I mean, this is like a typical Chuck situation.
Like, he likes her enough to do her.
Of course.
But, like, let's just use it. I need this to be in my favor. And so he thinks she's his only hope to save Bass Industries, save Russell from ruining his dad's company. And so Nate's like, oh, in time she'll fall for you. He's like, I don't have any time because they're making this deal tonight, a vote, and it's going to happen tonight, and I need this to stop. So after he has this talk with Blair, which we'll get to, she tells him he needs to try and win over a girl's heart and not a guy's and tug at the heartstrings. He's like, how do I do that?
Where's that located?
And so she says, mix it up. Don't use your usual antics. Find a common connection. So he's like, okay.
Smart, though.
Very
and true.
smart.
I mean, it's pretty simple when you break it down.
Exactly. So at the palace, Russell and Raina are done, I guess, meeting with some of the people from the board. And he's like, we need a unanimous vote. I need you to be there later, no matter what. And of course, Chuck has some intel that they're going to have this vote later on. And so he needs to make a plan to, I guess, get Raina not at the vote.
Right.
So he barges in on their meeting at the palace. He invites them to lunch, in which Raina accepts. And Russell mentions, like, I know what's going on here, but it's okay that a Bass and a Thorpe are seen together. It's good for business.
Breaking bread.
But I know what's happened. My daughter tells me everything.
Knows what's happening.
Gross.
And, the rumors have it that they are sleeping together. I mean, what's his face knows?
Howie. Yeah. We haven't seen Howie this episode.
So do you think, she really just told her dad, straight
gross.
up? Oh, I'm sleeping with Chuck?
It's no big deal, Dad. We're just casually having sex.
Fucking. No, MBJ.
It's not going to mess with business.
It's just personal. It's not business.
Yes.
Pleasure. It's pleasure.
It's pleasure. It's
not
pleasure.
business.
Exactly.
No way, man.
So Chuck is playing it up at lunch. He's like, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Justin, whatever their names are. And she's not buying it. She's like, oh, you that's the third waiter that you've, made a mention to call them by name. And he's like, well, this is my extended family. I grew up here. And this is all I know. Not that you would understand. And of course, she's a hotel kid too.
Hotel kid.
And she admits my childhood was similar. So now she's starting to break down the walls a little bit. He asks to take her to the party at the palace that night. And she says, well, no, I have a meeting, but maybe another time. So she goes to get her coat. So then outside, Chuck is on the phone with Blair. And he's loudly talking about how great Raina is and how she understands him. And he just wishes that the palace could be saved somehow. And of course, Raina overhears this. And she's like, well, maybe I can come to the party tonight. I'd love to see it at night.
Smooth move.
Come on, Raina.
I mean, Chuck is playing it up, but also he is truth saying here.
Right. It's it is the truth, though. But he's using that,
yes, to manipulate
her. So, he was a hotel kid, and he does have this past of being really he didn't really have a lot of friends as a kid, and this was his home.
This is the common connection.
This is the connection. However, Raina thinks that it's genuine, even though it's so hard because it is genuine.
It's just bad intentions.
Exactly. The intentions behind it are not good.
Hashtag hotel kids. That needs to just be a hashtag.
I love it.
Hashtag hotel kids.
So later on, the party is in full swing, and Raina shows up telling Chuck that I missed my meeting.
Yeah.
She's very robotic. I missed my meeting. And he's like, okay, well, maybe we can go upstairs later on. And she's like, first, I want to see your secret hiding place, because all hotel kids have that. So he's like, all right. So they go on this like scavenger hunt. And of course, she finds his place. Or does she? You know? He could have just fucking bullshitted that.
No, but I think this is probably where she won his heart.
Right. He like realized like, oh, she is like a good person.
She is like a hashtag hotel kid.
She's a hashtag hotel kid like me.
Put this on the bingo board
How
for this episode. Hashtag hotel kid. It's fun to say.
You can say it. So, you know, she finds his G spot and he's like, I wish you could have seen my etching on the floor before they renovated it. And so as Raina is telling Chuck, I think I can get away for you not to lose this from, you know, your hotel and your dad's legacy, Russell shows up.
Wait.
He knows exactly where they are.
Right. Before this happens, Chuck's like, wait, I have to tell you something. So do you think he was going to come forward?
I think he was. Maybe he's learning a little bit. Maybe I should be honest and open.
Be like, oh my God, I'm actually falling for her.
Because
this
hashtag
hotel
last
kid.
week, on last week's episode, he told her, how can I trust you? Mm-hmm. And she's like, you don't have to. And we're over. And then, you know, they decide they want to still do each other.
That's it.
That was it. Mm-hmm. And now they kind of found a little bit tiny deeper connection. And so he feels like he should tell her, which, hey, at least he was going to do that. I want to believe that he was going to tell her that.
I also am believing that.
Yeah. And so right when he's going to, Russell's like, I know what he's going to say. He knew about the vote, and that's why you're here and not at the vote, which we knew was super important. And so Raina's like, is that true? Of course it's true. And she leaves, and he runs after her, trying to, you know, get her to stay and tell her the truth, but she doesn't care.
How could she trust him?
How can I trust you after what you did? Valid.
I mean, honestly, how could anyone trust anyone in this show? I'm not too sure.
I mean, his argument was like, after today, like today was the day I realized that I did like you, and so now I feel bad. But before then, he didn't.
No,
he was like, today is a day,
and it's been a day.
It's been a day.
In this universe,
I know.
Love escalates super quickly.
Yeah.
At hyper speed.
I know. It's so true.
Yeah.
But she's like, I can't trust you.
No.
And she leaves.
Boy, bye.
The next day, however, Raina shows up at Chuck's because Blair texted her.
His friend Blair.
His friend Blair. So she don't know.
She don't know
who Blair is. And I was like surprised that Raina just all of a sudden kind of like changed her tune. She wasn't even like cautious. She's like, I'm fine. We're good.
Yeah. And it wasn't because it was a prompted call. Blair did this all on her own.
I know. And Blair texts Chuck, you owe me one. He's like, for what? And in that moment, Raina does walk in. He texts her, thanks. But Raina says that she, you know, will give him a second chance. She believes in that. And he promises her not to get her involved with anything about his father's legacy. He's going to do that on his own, strictly on his own, and this is not going to involve Raina. Even though, how can it not? And then Raina meets with her dad, and now I'm starting to, like, figure out if my first impression of this conversation is wrong. Because she says to her dad that when you will buy Bass Industries, and when you do, you need to have Chuck work with you because you'll need him. And I was like, okay, so like she's taking the narrative, right? Like, this is, I'm part of this company too. Listen to me. I like this guy, so you should give him a chance. But then when they zoom in on Russell's face,
he's smiling.
So I'm suspicious.
He's like smiling, like, oh.
Like, huh. So I'm like, wait, hold on. And I watched next week's episode. So I'm like, wait, are we like trying to start like where Russell's going to use that? Is like Raina going against Chuck after all? Like, I don't know. I'm confused.
Well, now I don't know. I
took it as, okay, she likes him. She wants to give him a chance. Dad, can you give him a chance?
Right.
That's how I
And
originally
let's
took
keep
it.
kind of the Bass in the Bass name.
Yeah.
We'll just make him fire
But
all
why
the
does
new
Russell
people.
have to smile about it? I don't know. That's why I was sus.
Because maybe he just thinks his daughter has a plan. Do you think they'll make Chuck fire everyone?
Oh, that'd be awful.
But Chuck wouldn't do that. And then it would cause a huge rift. So why? Like everything they're totally kind of organic and naked right now in the sense of they know all the secrets. Like all the secrets are out. And even if Chuck was to work for them again or work with them as in this new company, he wouldn't do anything to bash his name.
Right.
So it has to be good intentions, right? But good intentions would be boring for us.
Yeah, it would be. I know.
And now Howie's working there too.
Right. So I guess we'll see how the rest of the season pans out.
I guess we will. We just will have to.
Yeah. So from what I watched next week, I'm like, wait, I'm confused. Anyway, that's where the Chuck storyline ends. Not that anyone really cares in this episode. Let's go on to Blair. She receives her daily list of assignments from Epperly. It's Fashion Week starting. Everyone's super overwhelmed. Epperly is so stressed, and Blair is trying to calm her down. However, she keeps failing. Blair then realizes maybe Epperly needs to get her strings plucked, aka get fucked. And this will help calm Epperly so she can write up a good review.
Yeah, reviews coming.
For Blair tomorrow. Reviews are supposed to be coming tomorrow. And who better for a good time than her good pal, Chuck Bass?
To give some ass.
I'm like, huh?
But this is how they work.
Isn't that crazy?
It makes sense, though.
You would use your ex-boyfriend who you love or loved and be like, yeah, just sleep with her real quick.
Chuck and Blair love
so
each
crazy.
other so much they would do twisted things like this to help each other out.
They
Because they
would.
know in the end, there's no one else above them. So right now, they can fuck whoever they want and date whoever they want. But they know in the end they're going to end up together.
Right,
so
when they're both ready.
When they're both ready, that is it. And if it's mutually like, yeah, you could do this, you could do that, it's accepted, they're totally fine.
Right.
It's a very interesting relationship that they have.
Extremely.
And
not
honestly,
normal.
I prefer it this way.
Well, yeah. For them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No one else, but for them. Right.
This is healthy for them.
This is healthy.
Their health level.
That's scary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she heads with Epperly to see Chuck so they can mingle. But she uses the excuse, well, it really wasn't an excuse, but the location they were going to have the W party later on, it fell through. So can we use the palace for tonight's event? And so when Blair is going to try and talk to Chuck, she tells, hey, Nate, can you take Epperly up on the roof and show her this amazing view? He's like, okay, sure. So she tells Chuck, you need to sleep with my boss. I need your help. He mentions, I'm having trouble in that department anyway because I can't get Raina to fall for me. So I probably won't be of any help. And in walks Nate and Epperly, who's like a little chummy. And so Blair is like, duh, let's just use Nate to sleep with Epperly. He sleeps with everyone. It should be fine.
Yeah.
And so she says, hey, Nate, do you want to come to lunch with Epperly and I? And so he's like, yeah, as long as Epperly doesn't mind. Of course I don't.
Nate is so blind to the world.
Oh my God. So funny.
Lunch? Cool. Okay.
Food? Yeah.
Nice. I'm not doing anything. I have no storylines.
I have nothing to do. Exactly.
A girl to sleep with? Okay.
It's so sad. So Nate, Blair, and Epperly are headed to lunch. Epperly gets a call that Florence's plane is delayed. And so this gives Blair the opportunity to tell Nate, you need to sleep with my boss. And he's like, huh? Wait, what? He's like laughing, but also like, you're using me? Of course you are. And so Epperly comes back and she's like, I need to cancel on lunch. I need to go take care of it at work. And so Nate's like, I can't believe you did this. But then later on, he, I guess, tells Blair, like, call Epperly to tell her I'm not interested, even though it was, like, not even that big of a deal. So right. Blair appeases Nate. She calls Epperly, or what he thinks is Epperly. It ends up being Chuck on the other line, and telling her that that Nate's not interested. He's just got out of a weird, awful breakup. And this, like, prompts Nate to actually want to be interested in Epperly. He's like, oh, wait. So at the party, I'll hang out with her at the party. There's no harm in that. It's like, Blair knows Nate so well.
I know.
Like, just tell him, oh, you shouldn't do it. He'll be like, yeah, all right, well, it's fine. We'll do it.
Okay.
It's cool. So later on, Blair tells Apperly, Nate's excited to see you at the party. And she's like, I can't go. There's so much to be done. This party all falls on me. I have to be around the phones at all times. And so Blair is like, no, you should take your phone with you. It will all be fine. At least enjoy yourself a little bit. So the party is in full swing. Blair convinces Apperly, enjoy yourself, not to worry. However, a W employee tells Blair that the party favors were sent to the old address and they need to fix it. They need to get the party favors to this location.
There's 650 party bags and it's like 29th Street or 20th Street. I think 29th they said.
That's a lot of bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't find Apperly to tell her about the situation. At first, she sees Nate with Apperly, and then they're gone. And so she finds Nate, and she's like, where's Apperly? He goes, I don't know. She left with some guy she knew from Oxford. They're totally going to hook up, so don't worry. Like, she'll get her rocks off anyway. And Blair's like, what the hell? So she's like, you need to help me get these goodie bags from the first location to the second location. And Nate's such a good dude. He's like, of course.
What else is he doing?
He's not doing anything else. Like, you brought me to this party anyway.
Right.
So the next day, Blair is at work and she's worried because Apperly's been in with Stefano for like over an hour. She thinks she's going to get fired. So then Apperly finally emerges from the office and she tells Blair she quit her job. She's going to Bali to be with her old boyfriend. And she tells Blair that she suggested Blair for her position to Stefano and they're going to have this trial basis and see how she does. What?
I'm sorry, but I'm a full-time student at Columbia.
She's like, you make it work. James Franco does. What?
What? I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different for James Franco.
I would say so.
And this is ridiculous. You're telling me there's no one under Apperly? There's no, like, other person in the...
You don't just take an intern.
No,
you
who's
would
been
take an
there.
Employee
How
there.
long has this been going on?
A week?
A week?
That?
And then you're like, oh, well, Blair did so well. We should... I'm not saying Blair doesn't deserve it, but
Of
also
course.
she's an intern there for a week. Give it to someone that maybe knows it a little more.
I know. She was impressed with Blair.
Sure. Maybe, like, make her I don't know, you hire as a part-timer or something. Straight up to this position.
Right. I know. It's very unbelievable. And
Yeah,
of course,
it is.
this is good for Blair, but it's just unbelievable.
You can have it all.
Yeah.
Here you have it.
So, I mean, this helps Blair make her empire. Did you like Blair in this episode?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Yeah. I mean, there's not much not to like. I didn't like how she was using Nate, but it's kind of like a typical Blair.
Yeah. And she was using Chuck, but Chuck was using her. And
Right.
they were using each other and they schemed together. We'll see how this pans out. But I mean, Blair, I think I'm just used to her. So this made sense.
Right.
This made very on brand for Blair.
Exactly. All right. Over to Padge. Padge.
Padge and his new roommate.
He is not having a good morning.
No.
He learns Ben is moving into the loft. His face when Ben and his PO arrived were like priceless.
How
He's like,
about
wait, what?
when Rufus is just showing him the ropes.
Like, Dad, hello?
Uh,
What's happening?
Yeah.
Russ?
Russ. Hey,
Hey, Russ? What's happening?
What?
And so Ben's PO is like, this is a great spot for him. It's so nice what you and your family are doing. And so Ben's like, Dan, I promise I'm not going to be an imposition. If you want me to go, I'll go. And Dan's like, can I just need a moment alone with my dad real quick? So he's like, Dad, were you going to tell me? Is this okay? He's like, it's fine. It's a good idea after all we've put him through.
And Padge said, what
Lily
him
put him through. He's like,
but Rufus is like, family is family.
exactly. So he deserves a nice place to stay. And then Dan's like, but he's her stalker. I'm like, wait, what?
Can we talk about that for a hot
Where are we
sec?
getting a stalker
Why
from?
did he say that? Did I miss something last episode where they called him a stalker?
I don't get it.
Did they though?
No,
right?
I don't know why they use that. And then I think Eric
Because
even used that too.
Eric maybe put it in Padge's head. This was weird to me.
It was weird. Like, this is her stalker.
He's literally been in
And-
jail for all this time.
Right. And Serena probably won't be okay with this. And Rufus is like, on the contrary, this was Serena's idea. So now Dan's like, huh? So he's concerned. He's confused. And he goes to see Serena. Serena says she's convinced Ben has changed. I'm like, yeah, but you never even knew like the bad. You didn't even know that Ben. He was in prison this whole time. Whatever. But all the stuff that happened in the past, it's just all circumstantial, you know? My mom ruined this. That was what made him retaliate. And he doesn't even talk to Juliet anymore. She's
independent
in an independent study. And she says, I haven't even heard from Ben. And Dan's like, oh, okay. So you like him. It doesn't take much for anyone to realize, like Detective Dan, Serena, you like him. Of course you like him. And she's like, no, it doesn't matter because he doesn't like me back.
Oh, my.
and then she says, well, I haven't even heard from him. And magically her phone rings and Ben is calling her. So after Dan sees Ben and Serena having this sushi lunch date together, he gets fired up. And he tells Ben where certain dishes go and etc. And Ben is, of course, realizing Dan is upset and isn't happy he's living there. And so Ben defends his situation, telling Dan that he didn't know he was living there when Rufus offered him the place. Okay.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up that Rufus didn't even mention that.
That's really fucked up.
So, okay, I understand Ben, like, yeah, why wouldn't I accept this? An empty loft.
Yeah.
Now he has to live with Dan.
Why wouldn't Rufus say, oh,
so
yeah,
fucked up.
You're in my room, but my son
My son lives there.
Unless we're supposed to think that his son is dorming. I know. Let's just laugh at that.
I am really laughing at that. That didn't make sense to me. And so I was like, okay, it's valid that Ben would say, yeah, I took this place and I didn't mean to intrude on anything here. And he's like, I'm trying to be above this. I have changed. And Dan's like, oh, yeah, well, I saw Juliet called or texted you. And he's like, well, it's my mom's birthday. So that will be why. They're the only family I have. I'm sorry that I can't change that. And so then I don't really understand this argument that Dan's having with Ben. And he's saying that Ben is the reason that Serena is distant from her family right now. And I'm like, wait, no. Lily is the reason Serena is distant from her family right now.
And then he says, you're going to make her choose.
You're going to make her choose between her family or you.
When did that happen?
It didn't even happen. And then Dan is getting even more like ahead of himself saying, well, are you guys in a relationship? And Ben's like, I mean, yeah, I guess at this point it's going to happen.
I mean, I guess she technically chose to be on Ben's side, but what Lily did was fucked up. And Padge knows the story.
I know.
And even Rufus is like, oh no, we fucked up.
Right.
So we need to help.
I think Dan, and he does apologize. He says, I was jealous.
He's self-aware when he finally comes to.
Finally.
Yeah.
So, Serena then calls Ben to invite him to the W party, and he accepts knowing that it's going to fire Dan up because they just had this argument. So, speaking of Serena, let's tie her in. The morning, she's checking her voicemail over and over again to see if Ben has called her. Serena. He hasn't called, and he's not going to. Until you send him a bookcase, because then he'll call you.
What the fuck?
So,
just hopeless romantic.
He only called you because you sent him this huge bookcase, and you need to explain why it's there. So she goes over there. She's like, isn't that a great gift I got you? He's like, it's too much. You need to return it. She goes, well, I don't want to return this. And she hands him The Count of Monte Cristo because that was one of his favorite books. They read together, and he goes, I can't believe you remember. And she says, I remember everything you've ever read to me. Oy-ya! Oy, Serena, you just fire me up so much. She fires me up so much. Of course you do. Like, of course. Guys, writers, help me, please. Please, what were you thinking when you wrote Serena van der Woodsen? Please let me know.
Yeah, I'd like to know that. She falls for everyone.
There is not one person.
This is the one who didn't give her the affection back.
But he already is.
No, I know.
It took not even a millisecond.
I know. But in the moment, so it's still like, oh, I still felt something for him. And then I felt bad for him. And now he's like a little bit older and he's good looking. And like, you know me, Change of the wind. I'm going to like you. So
it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It is. I honestly said to Michelle, like, if we just eliminated Serena's character from the show, I would be a much happier person. I'm sorry to you, Sag Bros. It has nothing to do with Sag. It's the way that they have created this pattern for Serena. It is making it so hard for me to watch her. It's really terrible. I don't get excited when she's on the screen. I get angry. I get annoyed, pissed off. I could write it the exact same way I know what's going to pan out from now until the end of the show. Like, I just know how she's not going to grow. There's no growth.
Well, the problem is there's so much lying to her. She's went through a lot this season. Oh my God,
yeah.
And, as we continue to talk about the Ben situation, I don't know how you could believe anyone. I don't know how she could believe anybody.
I would have such trust issues.
We need to continue therapy. Is that still happening?
I would love for them to continue therapy. She needs to put a guard up. She just never has a guard up. Right. She lets everyone get in.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is.
For sure.
It is, yeah. So they obviously have this chemistry. Serena mentions that, I told the delivery guys to come back, so I have to be here, so why don't we order in lunch? So this is when they order their sushi. Oh my God, spicy tuna is so spicy.
Shishito pepper. I can't try the shishito pepper.
Do you want me to cry?
Pour me some tea.
Let our hands grace each other and we make weird faces.
I know, but like when he touched her hand, she reacted and he didn't. And she was bummed. Did anyone else pick up on that?
He was like, she's like, okay.
Oh, I lingered here.
I wanted for more. Yeah, like she wanted for more and he wasn't giving it to her.
But they're just friends.
They're friends, and he does apologize for being so cold to her. He's not used to, obviously, this situation, the circumstances. He has this newfound life. He thought she put him away in jail for, the eternity, and she apologizes too. Like, I keep putting you places. And he's like, but I think I'm supposed to be here. Like, I'm supposed to be in this loft with you, staring at you, eating this sushi. And as they're like having a moment, Dan walks in.
She gets up right away.
She gets up because she knows Dan is about to go off. And she sees him and she's abrupt, says to Dan, like, we're not together. You don't need to protect me. And I'm going to go, even though you don't believe that Ben has changed. This is when Ben tries to tell Dan, like, I promise you, like, I have changed. And that's when Dan sees the text from Julia.
It's also really hard to believe Ben. I'm not really sure how I feel about him. We don't know Ben. Still.
We don't know Ben. Serena doesn't know Ben. She knows a person she thought she knew.
Right. And I still can't believe that it's the same actor.
Crazy Ben. I know.
Motive Ben, and now out. I'm like, I don't know you. Even though we've seen you since the beginning.
I know. It doesn't resonate with me. Like, I don't feel anything for this character. And when he and Serena are together, I'm like, why am I just wasting my time? I feel like I'm wasting breath and my like time just watching these two. Eventually, we know you're going to get together. So just do it already. Yeah. And like just end it then already, because it's not going to last.
Right. Like, we're not going anywhere with this.
There's no way this can go well. So later on, Serena does bump into Blair, which is a scene that I finally was like, yes, someone give her some piece of advice because she's clearly lost. And she tells Blair, oh yeah, I was with Ben. He called me. I'm like, no, he called you because you sent him a giant bookshelf. Again, he didn't call you because he was like, hey, let's hang out and talk. You fucking sent him a bookshelf. And he's like, get this out of here.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, B, am I crazy? I think there might be something there. And Blair's like, Serena, this is so typical you. And he's the type Lily would hate. And Serena, deep down, you know that. He's just like how Dan is. And Serena says, oh, I knew him before I knew Dan. Okay. She's like, that's not my argument. So, do you like Ben or the idea of Ben?
That's the line.
Claps for Ben. Claps for Blair.
Yeah.
Which one is it, Serena? It's probably just the idea.
Of course it's the idea.
And also he's easy on the eyes. So she's like, okay, that's good. We can work this out.
Yeah, sure.
So after their chat, we know Serena does tell Ben, hey, can you come to the W party with me? And they go together. So at the party, he has an altercation with Damien, which we'll talk about. And he tells Serena, I'd like to leave, but you should stay. And Serena's like, wait, what's happening? And at that moment, Damien and Eric, ship name, they come over and tell Serena that Ben punched Damien, which is a lie because Eric ends up punching Damien.
This was such a weird scenario.
This was so bad. Serena then chooses not to believe them, luckily. And she tells Dan that she doesn't believe him. And he's trying to explain that he was the one who called Ben's PO, whatever. She runs after Ben. And outside, she's like, Ben, I know you didn't do it. Tell your PO you didn't do it. And he doesn't say anything. He doesn't deny it. He just walks away from her.
He's just like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's probably like, whatever.
No one's going to believe me over these kids.
Right. Like, I just got myself involved again. I shouldn't have done this.
Right.
And so he ends up going to jail for a night. Again. So fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the next morning, Ben arrives back at the loft, and Dan does apologize for everything. He says that Serena trusts Ben, so he should too. I'm so surprised we flipped so quickly overnight.
Wow.
So Serena emerges from the bedroom, and Dan tells Ben to give everyone some time because they'll come around like he did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then Serena tells Ben being with him is worth the risk of losing her family, and they kiss. Shocking. I do not care.
You know what? As we're sitting here and we shit on Serena every week, I'm like, she's a young girl and I'm happy that she's dating. Let her date, right? Let her date and experience before you settle down.
Uh-huh.
And that's fine.
She's only 20. She's a baby.
No, I know. So like her dating different guys and men, and that's whoever she wants to date, any kind of person. You do it, right? They tell you to do this in your 20s. I think it's like the level of love she falls at that just like I cannot get on board with.
It's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy. And again, Serena,
you don't have that many loves in your life, you know? Like those epic loves.
Right.
Like,
and it's always on screen of like, this is it.
Right.
This is I have never felt this way for
I
someone.
was really starting to fall for him.
And
I mean, she was going to be the other woman to trip. Like she was willing to like be that person.
Yeah, she
like,
sure was.
Okay.
I mean, she hooked up with his cousin.
And then
at the beginning of this, remember? Ben's cousin.
Oh, Ben's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the professor.
Yeah. What was his name again?
Yeah.
I want to say Charles. That wasn't it.
No, his name was...
Charles. Justin. Colin
Forster. Colin Forster.
You know, and she fell for him. Couldn't keep... I mean, it's just...
She couldn't keep her hands off him. We just did that. She closed the door on Colin, went into Dan's arms, closed the door on Dan, went into Ben's arms. It's just like, I mean...
It was almost in Nate's.
It was almost in Nate's. Was in Nate's. Wasn't Tripp's. Wasn't Carter's. Just on and on and on and on and on. Like, the fact that we ultimately knew in our hearts of heart that this was we knew they were gonna be together. We knew Ben and Serena were gonna at least have a kiss.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just poor writing.
And it's like, is this Serena, is she the character that's here to just get into relationships, or does her character evolve and she actually does do the career thing if she feels that way, or does something with her life that's not revolved around falling for different men every other episode?
Yeah. I don't I want to say I'm hopeful there's some
where
growth
she finds
there.
herself. If
like, yeah, like let's find ourselves. We don't need to be with someone or be pining over
just, like,
someone.
Have fun and make out with someone and then that's it.
Yeah, like just
not like full on involved in
exactly. And someone that you know you shouldn't.
Right. That you have a deep
like
history
with. Like your old professor, like your teacher. It's not good. And I'm like trying to put myself in Ben's shoes. Like, yeah, of course we know Serena's gorgeous.
Well, he's had
she's fun
connection.
Living. You know, she adores him and his practices.
Well, hey, he's straight out of prison. So, you know, this is kind of nice to have
looking
a companion, someone who likes him.
I wonder if that will be like the end all. Like, okay, I just got out of prison.
This can't continue.
There's no way this can be Endgame. There's no way. Imagine.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. No. No, I will throw. I mean, you know what? Hey, show me a development then.
If it is
you're gonna do
Endgame,
it.
then all right, we made it.
Whoever Serena ends up with, please show me some growth.
Do you know who she ends up with?
I do know who she ends up with. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Not that I care either way,
I know.
but I'm interested to see, like, how did we get there, and are you changed people?
Got it.
Yeah, you need to be changed at this point. Okay, the rest of our story is Eric and Damien's storyline. Eric meets up with Damien to hang out because they're buds and they're going to go see a movie. But Damien mentions that he needs to get out of town because Ben threatened him and said that he would tell his father he's been dealing.
But only if he wouldn't stay away. So just
stay
away and you're fine to live in the city.
Right. He didn't mention that. Well, he did. And then Eric was like, well, that's bullshit. We obviously know Ben is dangerous. So he's the one who needs to go, not you.
This was stupid.
So stupid. So Eric and Damien both think Ben is a danger living with Dan and being so close to Serena. And so they concoct this plan. And of course, this was Damien's plan all along, to get Eric to help him get Ben out of the city, out of the situation, so that it benefits Damien. But Eric, of course, doesn't know that yet. So Eric arrives home to find Dan trying to convince Serena that Ben is no good. So she leaves, and Eric mentions that Ben beat up a friend of his, and they need to get Ben out of here. So Dan goes with Eric to find his friend, who ends up being Damien, and Dan's like, Damien Dalgard, I don't trust this motherfucker, so
no,
I'm out, and he leaves. So Dan has had a lot of unsuccessful attempts at trying to tell Serena Ben's dangerous, and so he decides to text Eric and tells them that he wants to help get Ben out of here. So the three boys decide to use Ben's parole officer and tell him that he was violent at the W party. So Dan makes a call to the parole officer, and in between that, Damien tries to stir up and get Ben riled up. However, Ben does not retaliate, and they're confused. If he's so dangerous, why wouldn't he retaliate? So Damien says to Eric, well, you're going to have to punch me then for it to look like Ben and I got into an altercation. So their plan does, of course, work. Ben goes out with his PO, and Damien tells Eric, look, this is over, our friendship is too, like, you're just a past, like, client of mine. And Damien only used Eric to get Ben out of the situation, and so now that Ben is gone, Damien's gone too.
This is so... What I don't understand about this whole trio situation, when he tried to provoke Damien, and then afterwards said, oh, you better call his parole because there's going to be a fight at the W party. It's like, well, you were just planning on provoking him again to get the punch going.
You just wanted Ben to punch you so that he can get his PO in here and then get him go back to jail.
But even after
they called his PO without anything ever happening. And so that's why I was confused as to why Dan found out that Eric was the one to punch Damien, not Ben. He's like, oh shit, I have to go do something. I'm like, wait, I thought you knew there was no altercation. You had to fabricate an altercation.
I don't think Patch would have went for it.
Yeah, he wasn't there
and
for that.
He just probably went and called, and that's where the stupid...
Yeah. So the next day, Eric arrives back at the loft, and Rufus is there, and he pushes him to open up about why he's been spending so much time with Damien. What about his other friends? And poor Eric is like, I don't have any other friends. And he was there for me. I thought he understood me, but I guess that wasn't the case because he just kind of broke up with me, our friendship.
Sad.
Very sad. And then one of our final scenes, Dan and Nate are going to see if Eric's at Damien's place, but they end up running into Damien's dad, which I'm like, do we ever see this guy?
I guess not. They went to go visit him.
They went to go visit and told his dad all what Damien's been up to. And so now his dad's going to cut him off. Oh, poor Damien.
Aren't you dealing, though? Don't you have money?
I guess
really have to
maybe it
cut
doesn't
off?
make him enough money
Like for where he
for
stays?
where he lives and his like
Damien,
social life, and
You're just ugh.
he's just a piece
He
of shit.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping he's gone. This is it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's my summary. So when we come back from break, we're going to be on with our patron Tish, who's a newbie. She has some stuff to talk about with us. So
Can't wait.
Yay.
On Friday, May 7th, we are hosting a virtual pop culture trivia night with prizes and reliving the best of the first decade of 2000. This is a special event going on our Patreon for our Upper East Siders tier to attend. We do monthly events like this, so if you're interested, please check out TotalBettyMedia.com. We're so grateful for all of our listeners and truly appreciate every pledge over on our Patreon. Not only does it help us grow, but it supports us tremendously, and in return, you get some pretty sweet perks for pledging. Again, if you're interested, visit TotalBettyMedia.com for more information.
Okay, welcome back from break. We are honored by our trivia correspondent, Letitia TTD. TTT. Hi, Tish.
Hi.
We're so excited to have you on for this episode. What did you think overall? It was kind of a snooze, no?
Yeah, no, honestly, the whole time I watched it earlier and I was just like, oh, God, just enough already. But it's Gossip Girl, so what do you expect?
Yeah. It just, everything feels like we've watched this already, especially with Serena.
Every week before we watch, I ask Liz, I'm like,
is this a good episode?
Today she's like, I was like, great, can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, last week I was excited for you to see like Pear at the same internship, but this week I was like, there's really nothing that's like gonna get her excited, you know? Like there's not anything, like of course I know you're not gonna be excited for Raina and Chuck. You're not gonna be excited for Serena and Ben. Like you're just not gonna be excited. So, you know, there was no Pear. That's it.
Yeah, we got some Pate though, but that was about it.
We got Pate.
We did get Pate.
Pate was the only saving grace, and they saved the day because they got Damien's dad on his case. So
yes,
that's good. How are you feeling about Chuck and Raina, Tish? Because I truly, in my personal opinion, do not care about this, nor do I feel any chemistry in their relationship at all.
Yeah, I love Raina on her own.
Totally.
But then when she gets with Chuck, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, it's a no strings attached thing. Get what you need to get and get out. Like,
yeah.
Like, are we really falling for him?
Why did we have to flip the switch on the script? Flip the script, right? Flip the script on that.
Was it to humanize them?
I guess.
Show a softer side to both?
But like
maybe.
Do we need that though?
We didn't need that for Chuck, and I don't think we needed that for Raina.
No, we didn't. Like, I don't think, therefore I don't know. Raina, I'm pretty sure, is not going to be staying for that long. You know, maybe not past the season, just my light prediction here. So it's like, do we need to develop that if we're not even going to keep her around? Chuck, maybe, I understand he's the main character, but I don't need to do this.
Yeah.
The humanizing. We've already seen him humanize a little bit. He goes flips and flops all over the place. So
and maybe this is also to develop him and Blair
as friends.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or to like grow individually.
Yeah, grow individually, but grow as a friendship and this mutual understanding of the two of them.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's do it for some reason. Yeah. Serena and Ben. I mean, I'm assuming you feel the same way Michelle and I do.
Oh, yeah. Serena and Ben is literally every story with Serena except for just change out the guy's name.
Yeah.
She immediately falls in love with him. She defends him till the end of the death. And then like she cuts off her entire family to get with this guy. And then drama ensues, guy's gone, and then we do it all over again. That's Serena and Ben.
That is exactly it. That's it.
Tish, do you think I asked Liz this. Do you think Serena is the character on this show that is her particular role and point, and we're never going to see her evolve? Kind of like Blair's evolving. We're getting her a career. We're seeing her in the workforce. She's taking a break from guys. Do you think Serena just isn't going to get to that place and we're just going to see her guy after guy after guy?
I think so. I think that the way in which they set her up, I mean, they literally introduced her with like her having hooked up with Nate. I think that they started her character that way, and they don't know how to develop her and to get her out of that little box. And then they've painted themselves into this little hole. And with Blair, they had the ability to kind of take her out because she like experienced different relationships. But Serena is the same relationship, different guy each time.
Yeah, and like the
Right.
only time I guess it was sort of different was when her and Dan were together.
Kind
But
of.
like not really. The only thing was they kind of challenged each other a little bit. I don't know. I don't know why that one particularly feels different to me, even though I feel like it shouldn't feel different.
Well, I think because we knew the other side.
We did. Yeah. Like we know Dan. We know where he's coming from. He's always been in love with Serena.
Right.
From afar. But
Yeah.
and then he finally gets to be with her, and circumstance just gets in the way of that. But it's always like she finds the person that she can't have, but ends up being with them anyway, and it ends up becoming this big shit show, and then they leave.
Right.
Where Dan
Nate
is
was
like
a
the
little
one who
bit
stays.
different.
Yeah, Nate was different. Nate was probably the relationship I felt was most different, even though she did take advantage of that situation. Yeah, Michelle's just shaking her head. I can't even go on with this. Let's just get on to the good
Let's
stuff.
go to questions.
Will wants to know, time to revisit this prediction. Is Dan still in school?
Is he?
And if not, will he ever go back to college? I mean, don't you have to be in school to have an internship?
Yeah, but he interned for what, 2
A
days?
day?
A day, and that was it. Like, he's not in class. What is he doing? Is he doing independent study? I don't
Maybe.
know.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in school at all.
No.
So, when do we think we'll see him in school, if ever again?
Tish, what do you
Never.
think?
Never. I think that they were just like, oh, the next step for them after high school is college. And like, JK, it's Gossip Girl. We don't have to do college.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that school in the general sense is just like a thing that might happen occasionally, like and did in high school. But they were rarely in high school, so they're rarely in college. It's mostly just like the party scene and the drama between
Right.
all of the kids and their parents or whatever. So I don't think that the writers even care that he doesn't go to school. Like that's just not a thing.
No.
Yeah, Padge is taking a sabbatical to write his great American novel.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Can't wait to read that.
Oh, yeah.
Mike wants to know, why is Ben still in New York? Why can't he go back to Connecticut with his mom?
Serena.
Is that a good enough reason?
I mean,
To him, I guess it
the
is.
curiosity. He now has free room and board.
Yeah, right? What kind of shit is that?
And yes, Serena, that's the answer. Even though he knew he shouldn't get involved, there's still that like, gotta keep.
I just don't buy this connection.
It's a curiosity.
Maybe. Yeah, like she's so smitten with him. Why not? Like explore it.
And he did have feelings for her, but he knew he was too old and she was too young. And now I guess
She's still too young and he's still too old.
Well, it's they're not in high school anymore.
They're not in high school.
He's not a teacher anymore.
Right. So age is just a number. I get that. But there's something about her being 20 and him being 29 that their life stages are nowhere near the same. I mean, he just got out of prison. He needs to like find himself a job and start a new life, put the past in the past, not get in a relationship with the girl whose mom who put you there. Just doesn't work for me.
When they go out and they double date, and it's like, oh, how'd you two meet?
How
does that story go?
He was my teacher. And then my mom put him in jail. And so we found love after that. We're good. Mike also wants to know, do you think Chuck and Rena are in a real relationship?
What do you think, Tish?
I think for like maybe like 2 episodes at max, and then something's gonna happen and Chuck, like, I think after 2 episodes the novelty is gonna wear off and Chuck's not gonna be into it anymore because he's getting what he wants. Like, Raina's gonna help him out. And yeah,
I can see that too.
And I think they both believe they're in a real relationship, but I don't think didn't start from that, though. They didn't start going in having a relationship. They just were like, let's just casually have sex.
I also think these two actually know the one another pretty well. They're hashtag hotel kids. So, you know, they do get each other on a level.
They do. On that one level, though. But they have that history of being similar in their childhood, and then they're both very powerful, successful people.
And their parents are successful.
And their parents come from the same circle. So it's like they do have a lot in common. Mm-hmm. They are each other's in the different gender, pretty much, or the same type of person. I won't obviously belittle her and call her a Chuck Bass. She's not at all.
She's definitely not.
No. She has morals and standards, but
no.
She's just, I wanted her to be above getting involved with Chuck Bass.
And I think she still could.
I hope she does. I hope for her sake she's like, this is too messy. I'm getting myself out.
As long as she controls the narrative, which I think she will, then it will be okay.
And Tish says 2 episodes. Do you agree?
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think Eric and Damien went too far as to push Ben and set up this whole plan?
I'm not surprised by Damien at all. And
I'm mad at Eric, though.
I just feel bad for Eric.
He was manipulated because Damien was his only friend. Yeah. Wasn't that so sad, Tish, how Eric just has this monologue of, I have no friends, and Damien was the only one to be my friend?
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what happened, was that Eric was like, oh, cool, somebody's looking out for me. Like, Damien wants to be my friend. Damien's willing to stick around in town even after Ben threatened him. Then I'm going to have to go help him out. So, yeah.
So I have to help my friend. So I'll do anything for my friend. And he ends up punching Damien to get Ben out of town. But, like, I mean, at least he came through in the end, said I was the one who did it.
Right.
And,
pretty quickly, too.
It really did. That really sucked. Audrey Ann Marie asks, are Chuck's feelings for Raina true?
Yes.
I think he thinks they are.
I think right now, yes.
I don't think they intended to be.
No.
But after this one day of them being hashtag hotel kids together, they bonded. And he's like, oh, we bonded. I must like her. We must date and must do things
And you
together.
know what? This is a totally different relationship than he's had. Blair is the untouchable. He already knows what's going on there.
Yeah, they know each other.
That's it,
too well.
right?
Yeah.
Eva.
Oh, Eva.
Totally, right. Totally different situation there. So this is like, this is kind of on my level.
Yeah, like
I actually do have feelings.
Let's be adults in a relationship.
Like, yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, kind of like this business.
Yeah, like Blair was my first love, my past. Eva
future.
got me. Michelle goes my future. Eva got me through a tough time, and she was really an angel sent down from above.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right, I'm putting the pieces together. My life is starting to, obviously, the whole Bass Industries is really sucks for him, but he is trying to move on with his life. And I mean, I guess Raina is a good stepping stone.
She could be right now.
She's the right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Raina care for Chuck, though? What do you think, Tish?
I think so. I think that, like, initially, like, because Raina was the one who in the very beginning was like, hey, if you want to hook up, like, let's do it. If not, we'll forget about it.
Yeah.
And so I think that, like, her intention was to just have it as a hookup. But then when you saw that, like, shift, like, I mean, she literally missed her meeting to hang out with Chuck. And, like, her father made it super clear how important it was. Now, when I was watching the episode, maybe I'm wrong, but like, it seemed like her father knew that her and Chuck were hooking up because she was like, oh, Raina tells me everything. And then he, like, gave her, like, some creepy smile. And I was like, wait, does he know?
Yeah, I think he does know. And he's like, okay, that's your pleasure, but don't let it mix with our business.
Yeah. And then the way at the end when she was like, okay, we'll do it, but like Chuck has to be involved. And she's like, you'll see how he'll become necessary. Then I was like, okay, girl, you're falling for him, I guess.
Yeah, but then Russell was smiling.
Yeah, we had a weird
Did you
pan
pick up on that? The first time I watched it, actually the first 2 times I watched it, I thought that she was vouching for Chuck. Yeah, let him be a part of the company. He'll be a good asset. But then watching with Michelle tonight and watching Russell like the camera pans like over his head into the sunset of him smiling. I'm like, wait, are we setting up something here for like a plan where Raina's like setting up Chuck? I'm so confused now.
Or like Howie's involved or something.
Right.
Like, you know?
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Yeah.
There's something fishy there. Or he's just proud of her, like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
How can we use him?
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Like, okay, my daughter, I trust her gut.
Yeah.
Maybe Chuck is a good person. And I'm happy that she's showing me the light. But I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Audrey Anne Marie also asks, are Ben and Serena getting too sappy for us? They make it seem like they're so epic. Yes. Every relationship Serena ever has makes it seem like they're so epic. Like they're from these, like, they're like Romeo and Juliet and everyone's trying to tear them apart. It's like, it's so tired. Is it too sappy? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm so over it at this point that I don't even allow it to be sappy to me. Right. I'm just like, oh, next.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's infuriating to me, honestly, because they don't give her any, like, depth or growth. Like, she doesn't grow from any of these relationships.
No.
So I'm like, oh, check, Tig, you fell in love. Oh, cool, awesome. Like, I just go through a very, like, monotone, like, awesome, another one, cool.
Yeah, and she always, when she comes out of these relationships, she has this talk with Blair. I can't wait to change. I'm gonna be beyond this and better than this. And let's go to Paris so I can work on myself. And let me come home and go to Colombia and work on myself. You're not working. You're not putting in the work. You're just falling. And like literally you can't pick yourself up and you're just like falling into each person's arms every couple of episodes. And
we don't even give her a day before she goes on to the next one.
There's no in between. Yeah, there's no time.
She literally went from Nate and Padge to Colin, back to Nate and Padge to Ben within the span of 14 episodes.
14 episodes. Yep. that is not a lot of time.
Nope.
And we still have, a few more to come before the season ends. And I could imagine her being with a couple more people before then.
She had a road trip by herself.
Well, yeah. But it was only for 2 weeks and she couldn't find Judge Stevens.
It was BS. Nothing.
Yeah, because Padge is like, you need to do this for yourself. She comes back. She's the same person, if not worse.
But she immediately goes to see Ben in prison. So, like, on the road trip. So it wasn't even 2 weeks. Because as soon as she left Padge in that, like, awkward situation, she literally walked into the prison and smiles at Ben and is like, oh, we're going to have this epic thing.
Yep.
It's tired.
Yeah. I want any of you Serena lovers out there, please at me and say, this is why I love Serena Vanderwoodson, because I would like to know she has great qualities, don't get me wrong. She has a big heart. She loves hard.
She's loyal.
She's very loyal. She hates liars. But I'm finding it hard to enjoy her as a character because her storylines are so repetitive.
The stuff that's surrounding her, like I loved the Juliet Ben storyline with her. That was
so good. That was so good because it kept you on your toes.
Yes, but it's her falling for someone like every split second.
We could have done that and not involved her getting involved with her teacher. We could have done that whole thing where it didn't.
We could have done that
him.
and not her go back and forth with Padge and Nate.
Well, that too. Yeah. Oh, it's just. She also wants to know, is Padge caring about Serena out of jealousy? Wait, I'm sorry. Is Padge caring about Serena or is he just jealous? I guess with his walls up with
I mean, he admitted
Ben.
to being jealous.
He's definitely jealous.
So I think, yeah.
But still obviously cares about her enough to take her side and say, yeah, I can see you are a good guy, Ben. Serena changed my mind about that overnight. So.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Do you both think this is the end of Damien?
I do.
Do you think he's on the island?
I do.
Tish, what do you think?
I don't. I think that, like, he left a little too pissed. Too pissed.
I will confirm he is not on the island, Michelle.
Okay.
Oh.
Listen, I'm glad to be wrong because usually they're shipped off and I'm like, why are we shipped off already?
Honestly, I really
should have
hoped
been.
I not that I hoped more that Ben would have been on the island at this point, but he's not. I'm just waiting for this day.
Yeah.
But he's not. And Jess asks, "Would you be okay living with your ex's partner?" No.
I don't know. I have to meet them.
Oh, what about you, Tish?
No, especially if my parents were just like, cool, here's this parole officer. Also, like, oh yeah, he's definitely staying here. Because in order for a parole officer to check out a place, you have to like agree to be staying there. They're not going to do a home visit if it's a temporary place. So that means that like Rufus had to have been like, yes, it's 100% that he's going to stay there. Even though Padge was like, wait, I thought you just asked me. So no.
Yeah, that was really shitty.
That was really messed up. He didn't even ask. And Ben says, your dad didn't tell me you were living here. Like that's so messed up.
Why did Rufus do this?
Why did he lie? Or just
for Serena to
leave out the truth? Yeah, why
Serena?
Now are you caring about what Serena wants in this situation?
Is he pissed at Padge? I
don't know. Yeah, that was not okay.
Yeah, I mean, in the deleted scene, which I'm sure you'll talk about later, Liz, but he does mention that he basically just wanted to do it to like build a bridge. So that's why Rufus decided. But still, I'm like, my dude, no.
No, it's not okay.
Like a huge bridge to build, my friend.
An unnecessary bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. I would not be okay with if I was Dan. I can't. And then makes me upset that Serena was like, it's okay that Ben move in with Dan. Like, forget about how Dan feels.
Oh yeah, no, because Serena doesn't think that way.
No, she doesn't. She
doesn't.
Absolutely doesn't.
And it's also not her ex.
Well, Ben's not.
Right, but I
get,
I
know.
Does Ben even know that?
Right?
No.
Does he just know as Rufus's son?
Right. It's sad. It's Serena's stepbrother.
Exactly.
He doesn't know about their history.
He doesn't know about history.
But then when he says, I mean, I guess unless Serena filled him in,
maybe.
Did we miss that? Did they talk about that?
I don't think so.
But he said, "Oh, I was jealous at the end." Remember, he said, "I did."
He did say it. He did say it.
Ben's probably like, "Man, what the fuck did I get myself into?"
Right? What a weird family dynamic.
And he go back to Connecticut.
Yeah, which he should.
Yeah, no, he should.
Vic asks Tish, she doesn't remember if she's ever asked you, what are your thoughts so far on Jenny and Vanessa?
It's interesting because I watched 1 and half of 2 originally, like when it was airing. So I had different opinions on Jenny and Vanessa now. Now I just think that like they're both like just so wrapped up in the world that they do stupid things, but they're not like evil people. They just get wrapped up in their circumstances. So for both of them, I'm just like, take them out of it. And they're probably genuinely like nice people. And they're not going to do all this like evil, bad stuff. More so Vanessa, like I think Jenny, she wanted so much to be a part of the world that I think she started to change a little bit. But I definitely think that like we judge them so much, I think, but I don't think they're actually that bad. They're fine. They're meh.
Yeah. They're meh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to hear her say that.
Yeah.
Vic also wants to know, will Blair thrive in her new position or will she eventually mess up?
Well, I think,
or will she be able to balance it all?
Yeah, I think she'll definitely mess up. I mean, there's got to be some learning curves here.
Right. She can't be perfect all the time.
Oh, I mean, she's not.
And she's definitely not. Yeah.
So does that mean then, like, Columbia's out of the question? Because, like, now she's working a full-time job. So is that another one not going to school?
Right.
Yeah. I think my light predict is that they're going to kind of brush over that she goes to Columbia and she's mostly going to be, like, seen at W and...
We're just assuming
she's balancing it all because
she'll
she's
be
highly
stressed. There's no way.
Oh yeah, for sure. She also wants to know what type of storyline would make Nate relevant. Ay.
I don't even know what I want for Nate.
Me too. I want him to come forward and be this like powerful guy who like gets shit done but also is a good friend, like the Nate we know he can be, but it's like, what is that storyline for him?
Because he's lost.
He's always been lost. He's just been lost since day one on this show.
I think it would have been interesting to have Nate and Raina together, because then it's like you have Nate's dad like working for the company, but Nate's like his allegiance to Chuck. That would have been a way better story, I think, than having Chuck and Raina together. And maybe even like a good storyline for Nate would also have been like him trying to break into the business world, but like having to live with the stink of Howie like above him.
Yeah,
maybe we could still do that.
I think there's potential for that. It's kind of like a Chuck where he wanted to be bigger and better than his dad, and Nate kind of has to like get out of his dad's shadow and become his own person.
Yeah.
I hope that for him at least.
Right.
Yeah. Tish, do you have any questions you'd like to add or any conversation points?
Yeah. So Michelle, how long do you think that Ben and Serena will actually like date for?
Ah, gosh. I could 4 episodes.
So if we're on 14, so episode 18.
Yeah. I could see this going on for 4, maybe even 3. I can't see this going to the end.
Okay.
Tish?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah, I say about like episode 18 as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, some good predicts there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like most of my other questions already got answered. I just found it really funny in the episode when Eric makes a reference to Oz, because like back in 2011 I felt like no one was watching that show, but just before quarantine I like binged it, so I was like, oh, Oz.
Oh yeah.
Did you like it? I never watched it.
It was really good. It has a lot of people from Law and Order on it, and it also has oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. He was in Whiplash, the like older guy in Whiplash.
Simmons?
Yes,
yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I've never watched it either.
Yeah. I hear it's good.
And
I did too.
Yeah. My only other thing was I actually like to see like a platonic chair. Like we always complain about them, but actually seeing them like just be like friends and scheming as friends was kind of nice.
Yeah, we could agree to that.
Yeah, we said that in the first half. Like, this is my favorite version of them thus far.
Yeah.
I guess I should put that.
Thus far. Yeah. No, and I hope to see it continue where they are both thriving because they're friends. And
you know what? Between the two of them, you know there's chemistry. You can feel it, and you can feel the connection that they have. Like, to me, it comes off genuine.
Right. But what about Pear?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, but Pear is a different level. I think Pear is now rotten.
I just don't want to give it up.
I don't want to give it up. That was such a nice high to live, and now it's just down again on the ground watching.
Yeah, I know.
This show called Gossip Girl.
I'm still holding out for Pear because, I mean, we still have, like, season 5 and then 6. So I'm like, you know what? We could still get some Pear.
Still do it, yeah.
But I mean, right now, but I'm holding out.
Yeah.
Holding out for Pear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tish.
Thank you, Tish.
Yeah. This was fun. Thank you.
I'm sorry this episode was so blah, but you made it better.
Yes, you did.
Thank you so much.
We love talking with you and getting your insight, and I love all of your criminal justice background. You always throw in a splash of that, so it's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Tish.
Thanks, Tish.
Sweet girl.
Love Tish.
Gonna go into some trivia. 7.3 on IMDb. Pretty much what I would rate it. Maybe even less than that.
6.2.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Episode title is based off the movie Panic Room. Tish did mention she sent me over a bullet of trivia, deleted scene, so let me read that. She says, there's a deleted scene this week. Serena bumps into Rufus at the party and said, I didn't know you were going to be here. And he said, yeah. Dan invited me. He was a little concerned about your choice of date for the evening, and she shoots back, I thought you were on my side. I mean, you were the one who invited Ben to stay in the loft. And Rufus says, I wouldn't if I knew he was going to end up on your arm. The point was to build a bridge between him and your mother, not to burn one. Just be sure you know who Ben is before you push everyone away, and then it cuts to Ben overhearing the whole thing.
Ooh, that would have been good to see.
Right? Come on.
Like, these deleted scenes need to be in.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever. We had music by The Naked and Famous, Florence and the Machine, Crystal Castles, Quitzo, and Dan Black. Fashion. Again, zero headbands.
No headbands.
No headbands.
I'm not sure what we're watching, and I
Right?
see it every week.
What else did you like?
I liked Blair's skirt in the beginning.
Skirt.
When she was
yes.
the opening scene, and Padge's Henley.
Me too. I liked that gray Henley. I liked Eric's brown and navy loafers with his rolled up jeans.
Ew, I liked his whole outfit.
It's very cute. Nate's plaid green tee, all plaid shirt. All he knows is plaid, really.
Yeah, I like Raina's beret.
I as well liked Serena's beret. Serena's crocheted gray sweater.
Yes, and I liked Blair's floral cardigan on the shoulders.
Yes, I like that too. I like Serena's tan and cream cheetah scarf. You know, I'm all about the cheetah life.
I was questioning Serena's scarf moment with
At
the
the
dress
party.
at the party. I didn't understand
But then
that.
she took it off. So it was like she walked in with just a scarf and a dress, but no jacket.
Yeah, the dress was pretty, though.
It was pretty. Everyone liked Raina's gray peacoat and Blair's red dress at the party.
Yeah.
Some quotes.
Yeah.
Maybe all I have to do to get Epperly off my back is to get her on hers.
I need your help.
2 stones, 1 bass.
You really do have a gift.
Are you seriously letting Serena's stalker move in here?
Core strength lasts a lifetime.
I have that too. You're at home during the day with Nate. Do I smell a scheme?
Trust me, it's like riding a very cute bike.
So you go to these things like every week?
I don't think Pimp Daddy was included in duties.
Yep. You got anything else?
That's it.
MVP and shittiest? I know, it's a hard
Do
one.
you have an MVP?
I do, but like it's my only... The only reason why I give it to this person is because they weren't Serena or Ben or Chuck or Raina.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
3,
2, 1, Blair.
Okay. Blair was also chosen by Mike, Audrey-Anne, Marie, and Vic, and Angelina picked Mary Tyler Moore Blair.
Yes, girl.
Yes, I can understand why you chose her.
I'm proud of her, and I know she did some scheming, but it really didn't hurt too many.
Right,
with
like
the
she used Nate, but
scheme.
like Nate wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, and plus she just figured Nate would want to do this. Her and Chuck had some good moments.
Yep.
They understand each other. She gave some straight truth to Serena.
Yep.
And now she's getting her job.
She really is.
Shall see how this goes.
Yeah. I, along with Will and Tish, picked Nate. He's always up for anyone to use him and be involved and help out. And so I felt like I tolerated him the most in this episode.
Yeah.
Jess picked Cher for them helping each other and being friends. And Mal picked Epperly. Like, you go, girl. Quit your job and be a queen.
I love that.
Me too.
Epperly is the MVP. Is she on the island?
You know, probably. I have to look it up, but I'm
It
assuming
doesn't
yes.
matter. I'm sure no one's wondering about that. You do you, Epperly.
You go, Epperly.
Bali.
Shittiest.
Yes.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
Rufus.
Damien. Okay.
Rufus. I don't know what the hell was happening there. I don't know why you thought this was a good idea. Unless he just thinks, I know my son, he'll get over it. He'll do anything for Serena.
Right. And yeah, and he loves his family and he'll just
But
be
to
a
not
willing
even give a
participant.
quick phone call like, hey, are you okay with this? I'm bringing this stranger into our family loft in Dumbo.
Yep.
I don't like it.
No, it's not okay. And I agree with you. I chose Damien just because what a shit show.
Yeah.
Will, Audrey, and Marie, Jess, Vic, Tish all picked Damien. Mike picked Eric.
Yeah.
And Mal picked Dan.
Yeah.
She was not okay with it. She said, normally I would pick Damien, but I was not okay with Dan's actions.
Yeah.
Time for a little Betty of the week.
Yes.
You're a total better, total better, total better, total better. You're a total better, total better, total better. You're a total Betty.
So this week on Patreon, we had so much fun. We did a topic Tuesday. Everyone got to know each other a little bit more. I love getting to know our Betty. Is so sweet. And we heard from a few we haven't heard from in a while. One of them included was Kind Kiralee.
Kiralee.
Our buddy from Australia.
Yeah.
So nice to hear from you. And everyone loved hearing your story and how much you love One Tree Hill and the OC and music. And it was just great to hear from you and everyone everyone was, we love our patrons, of course.
Yes, we're very...
but I wanted to shout out Kiralee specifically because we don't get to hear from her all that often, and it was really nice to actually say hello and for everyone to find out a little bit more about each other. Sweet.
What's Kiralee's name?
Kind Kiralee.
Kind Kiralee.
Yeah, she's kind, and her name is Kiralee.
She's so sweet. Yes. Thanks, Kiralee.
Thank you, Kiralee. Okay, title for next week.
Yes.
Episode 15. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Only 7 more episodes. Wow. It's like a month and almost 2 months worth of episodes left.
Wow.
It doesn't feel like that much time, but when you say 7, it doesn't seem like that much at all.
Will be done.
Yeah. So next week's episode, the title is It Girl Happened One Night.
Mm-hmm.
She's smiling.
Hold on, I got it. This is a long one. Happened.
I know, it's a long title.
One night?
Girl Happened One Night.
Blair.
Well, who's the it girl?
Blair.
Is she?
No, it's Serena. But in my eyes, like...
Blair is your it girl?
Well, no. Blair became, has this job overnight. So.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
My 3 gossip words were it was hard for me this week, actually.
Okay.
They are
3 gossip words.
Shadow, Heartbroken, Cupid.
Oh my goodness. Well,
it is February.
Okay, so we have Valentine's Day.
Yes,
Valentine's Day. I don't know why I sung that. Shadow?
I know, it was a hard one. The way I mean it is...
Could it be there's like a dark shadow and Eric's really sad because he has no one?
Oh.
Heartbroken. I know. It's like, we're
dark.
going there. And someone's playing Cupid. That's just kind of a given. Mm. And heartbroken. Who is heartbroken? Because right now we have Raina and Chuck. I think there's going to be like a Valentine's Day party. Either at the W, which we've done 2 parties at the W.
I know, it's like too much.
So I think maybe Thorpe Industry will do like, is it Thorpe Industries?
Thorpe Enterprises.
Yeah. Bass Industries.
I know, it's hard.
I think there is going to be a Valentine's Day party. And see, who's heartbroken? If we get rid of, what's his face? Ben, so soon, but you already watched, so I'm thinking no. The way you talked about him. Unless Eric is heartbroken too. But would we put so much heaviness in Eric? Padge could be heartbroken.
It's Valentine's Day. People could be single and that doesn't...
They could be single and sad.
Single and sad.
Do we get anybody fun coming this episode? No. Okay.
Fun. Sorry.
Great. So maybe Padge and Nate will both be heartbroken and they'll have just like a bro night. They'll leave the party and be like, you want to get some pizza?
Ooh, pizza, beers? Yum.
Yeah. And then Serena will be like over the moon happy with Ben. And
well, okay. So we have some couples that are developing in this episode. What would they be doing for Valentine's Day?
Well, I think they're all at the party.
Oh, okay. They're all at this party.
Yeah, and maybe they have to attend a party, or maybe they're going to go on like a stupid little date. Like we're gonna have like stupid dates, aren't we? We're gonna have like a Ben and Serena stupid little date. Raina and Chuck are probably just going like, let's give room service and fuck. So that's what they're going to do after they attend the parties.
Okay.
I have to like really stew on this because
no stew, and I gave you hard ones because I found it was hard to come up with some words that I haven't already used.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Until next week with that.
Until next week, friends.
And next week, We were having our pals again, Carrie and Allison.
Oh, they're so great.
From Hold Up Podcast. Excited to chat with them again. We had such a blast the first time, so
yeah,
we had to have them come back.
Of course.
What about an emoji this week? I was thinking a book or a kiss because they finally kissed, or a door like for a roommate. Mine are awful, so you got any?
Let's do the book.
Okay, book.
Your book. So send us a book emoji. That's what we mean by that if you're new to the show.
Yeah.
If you don't want to send out a comment to us, we want to know you're listening. We want to know you're out there. We see the numbers. We know you're there.
I know. We had a surge.
Yeah, we
this
did.
Week. Hello, guys.
Thank you so much. But just drop an emoji. DM on Instagram, Twitter, on Apple Podcast review.
Yeah, maybe you want to put an emoji in an Apple Podcast review to help out the show.
Yeah, which, by the way, you guys are doing. We're getting more reviews, which is so awesome. Our show is growing, and we see the numbers growing.
We see the numbers growing.
So this is
we're
working.
We're doing something right.
Us begging here is working, and we got 2 new reviews.
2.
And they both have emojis in them.
Yes, that means you've gotten up to this point each week.
Yes.
And you're listening, so thank you.
5 stars from _little_otter. This is the cutest podcast you'll listen to.
We're cute? Well, that's sweet.
I feel like we're so... I have the mouth of a truck driver.
I know, we're kind of nasty.
Right. But thank you. No, these ladies are so sweet, really attentive, and caring with their listeners.
Aww.
It feels like one big family. Every segment is so creative, and the energy that Total Betting Media, (L&M), brings to each episode makes me excited for the next. Smiley emoji, hair emoji, heart emoji, and the okay emoji.
And send.
And
That's
send.
why I felt like you
Message
were
send. Anybody's watching The Circle. Yes, but that
I know, but when I heard that, I was like, I'm watching The Circle and send.
and message send. Circle open up chat. We then got a second one.
Yes, you guys, you're the best.
Circle, please open up second review. Best podcast fine. Heart emoji.
Oh,
5 stars. KDB11.
Katie B.
I'm so glad I found this podcast. I love listening and chatting along every week with you all. You know these girls are amazing when you listen and feel like you're chatting along with some of your best friends.
Don't make me cry.
Thank you for all you do. Heart emoji. Team pair emoji. Exclamation point.
There's so many team pairs in our reviews.
I know. I found my
started
people.
something.
We started the pair movement.
That's what the pair movement. We started it. You heard it here first.
Do you know what we need to do?
What do we need?
Do you know what we need to
Tell
do?
me right now.
We need to make a t-shirt with just the pair emoji on it.
Yes. It's going to be on our Teespring shop. It will be open to the public soon.
Or we need a pair. Maybe not the pair emoji. I don't know if we can print emojis.
Can we just get it like a sketched pear? Like, you know how
I've
it looks
seen
like
a
a
pear.
cartoony kind of pear?
Just a pair.
Doesn't it have to be a green juicy one, even though that's what we typically would use because that's what the emoji is.
Right.
But if we just got like a black and white pear.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Remember when
I'm
you thought
excited.
the rock on my shelf was a pear?
Yeah, I still do.
And
It's
then
still-
our friends in Discord were like, oh, is that lungs? I was like, what?
But the fact that they all were like, I spit my drink out when Liz said, is that a pear? And Michelle said, no, that's a rock.
We're referring to, it's just a little throwback. Anyway, thank you so much for your
Thank you,
reviews on
guys.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Squeal every time, every single
so
time.
great.
You're dropping emojis. So that's what we're saying. If you don't want to send us the book emoji this week, why don't you just, if you're enjoying the show, if you're not enjoying the show, then skip this part. Skip this
If you're not
part.
enjoying this show, you've made it 4 seasons. I don't know why you're still here, but it's up
Don't
to
leave
you.
us a review.
Don't leave us a review because we've had that happen.
Yes, we have. Those are fun.
Those are fun. Not for this podcast, but for our other podcasts. We've had people
Yeah.
who have listened to a ton of it and then say, it's not for me.
It's okay. And they're yappy like high schoolers.
They yap like high schoolers. Cool.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No,
here. We
not
just
to
want
bring
to we just
negativity.
want to grow our show so bad. You guys know our passion. We love you guys so much. We love this community. So truly, thank you so much.
Yeah. Before we do a little roll call, I'm going to give a Will's treat.
Yes, Will.
Will's treat
Will?
this week. Will is Gossip Girl characters as states from Vic.
Oh.
Here we go. Blair. What do you think? What were we going to say?
I was going to start singing the state song.
Oh my God. No, don't get it in my head because it will go in my head.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona,
You know what's
Arkansas.
funny? I
So
obviously
Yikes.
as a kid, of course, could backwards and forwards tell you, sing the song all the states. As I got older, and as it's so funny, as I rewatch Friends, which, I mean, the episode where Chandler tells Ross that he can't name all 50 states, and Ross still can't. And then as I'm doing it in my head, and I still can't, even I'm singing the song, I'm still missing a few of the
If
states.
you wrote it down, I bet you could do it.
If I wrote it down.
Like, as
But
you
coming
sung,
through my memory, I mess up. The song is fluid in my head, but some of the states is like I put them out of order. Anyway, but yes, 50 Nifty, thank you for getting in my head. If you guys sang that song in elementary school, please let us know because I know it wasn't everyone.
no.
We did.
Sorry,
So,
Will. Go
Gossip
ahead.
World characters as states suggested from Vic. Blair, New York, the Fashion Center.
Yeah.
Chuck, Nevada, Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Serena, Massachusetts. Have you seen Blake Lively in the town? I have not.
No, I haven't either.
Dan, Connecticut, writers.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, New Hampshire, Dartmouth, and a home of some good old cross-country teams. Wow. Vanessa, Colorado.
Yeah.
Jenny, Washington, D.C., underrated punk rock capital of the U.S.
Ooh.
Eric, Florida. Go Marlins.
Nice.
Rufus, Oregon. Gotta shout out the home state.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
Lily, California, obviously. Bart, Rhode Island, the smallest state. I love the Bart in there. Georgina, Alaska, the closest to Russia and cold as ice. And Ben, Utah. I mean, he has the look.
He
He does have that look.
Oh my goodness. Will, for so many reasons, yes. Thank you. They're so wonderful.
They're
every
awesome.
week.
Always on point. Love you, Will. Love you, all of our patrons. Love you, all of our listeners. And because you're so special, patrons, we are going to give a little old school roll call because it's the end of the month. And we love to just name and shout out all of the peeps that support the network.
It's the beginning of the month.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's the beginning of the month.
Happy May.
Happy May. It's not gonna be May. It's May.
It's May.
It is May.
But that's why we want to shout all you out because you're with us for another month. That was so good. None of that's being edited out.
No.
Okay, our lovely friends, here we go. We want to thank Kendall, Allison, Michaela, Letitia, Logan, Teresa, Jessica, Ryan, Shanna, Rihanna, Emily, Kira, Victoria, Caitlin, Kristen, Daphne, Emily, Chloe, Jillian, Sean, Michael, Jimmy.
Jim Scrints. Did you start thinking of Jim Scrints?
We love you guys so much.
Jimmy.
Alexis, Ava, Corey, Jacqueline, Kiralee, Carmen, Lisa, Shannon, Mallory, William, Ashley, Angelina, Caitlin, Alicia, Kaylee, Grace, Katie, Zahava, Kate, Ashley, and Camden.
You guys are the best little family we could ever ask for.
You know, since we're transparent
Super
on this podcast, whether I edit all of that or we leave that in, Liz just, as I'm reading the names, she's just laughing. And when she monologues through the episode, do I laugh? No. But I read the names and Liz hysterically is laughing.
I don't know why. Also, my eyes are watering.
I know,
I'm
both-
having an awful allergy attack at the moment. If you guys haven't noticed, Michelle will hopefully be lowering my sniffles in post. But
I might just leave that in.
seriously, I don't mean to laugh because I
know.
love you all. I love you, every single one of you.
I think it's my cadence.
Yeah, you just.
I'm like so excited.
It's hard. It's also hard to read off almost 50 something peeps and not stumble and not,
I know.
it's hard. So
I know.
but I thank you, Michelle, for your roll call, and I thank all of you patrons, you lovely people out there.
Yeah.
We love you. We get to talk to you every single day. The Discord goes nonstop. You guys love each other. It's the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, we have a really great community over on Patreon. If you're interested in seeing what else we do, in fact, this Friday coming up, the 7th, we are hosting a pop culture trivia night for our Upper East Siders here. If you're interested and you want to come and you think you're going to own it, there's going to be prizes.
Some good
Come join
prizes.
us. Come join us over there. I'm really excited about that. And then I just want to wish a very happy birthday to 2 of our patrons, Jacqueline and Teresa.
Happy birthday, you guys.
Yes.
All right, Michelle, you ready to tick on up to After Dark?
Click.
You know you love us.
XOXO.
Gossip Girls.
After Dark.
We're here at After Dark. My eye is watering. Okay, before we start, I have a clip to play for you from Tish.
Tish.
'Cause she follows through.
She sure does.
You ask a task, she follows through. Here we go.
That's why we love her.
Hey, listen, Michelle. Just some quick After Dark thoughts for you guys. Every time I watch the episode, every single week, I always go back and forth, and I'm like, how is Padge Gossip Girl? Oh, I see it. No, how is Padge Gossip Girl? Anyway, was having that internal battle. I was watching this episode again today. And then as I was watching, I was reminded of something that you had said in an After Dark segment list where you had mentioned that either somebody had told you or you read an article or something where it said that Padge is never referred to as Dan on the show. He's only ever referred to as Lonely Boy. But I'm pretty sure in like a season 2 episode, they actually say Dan, so that kind of throws that out the window. But I was thinking, every time Dan is on screen this episode and there's a Gossip Girl voiceover, they always say Lonely Boy. So it kind of led me to come up with this theory that maybe, because I still think it's a server, that maybe every time Dan himself actually contributes to the server, he calls himself Lonely Boy, but when somebody else contributes to it, they refer to him as Dan. So that's my theory. This episode was super hard. I mean, I kept going back and forth. There was moments where I was like, yeah, it's definitely Padge, and there's moments where I was like, well, how can he know that? So I'm gonna go with like, it's still a server, and when Dan was on screen, it was actually himself talking, and then in those other moments there's somebody contributing to the server.
Great thoughts.
Great.
I mean,
great
that's how I
thoughts.
feel too. Just gonna ride those coattails.
Yeah,
Tish.
sure.
Yeah.
Do you think Dan knows more about Ben than he leads on? Like, did he snoop more so? And then it wasn't sitting right with me when he was calling Ben a stalker. I'm like, you're the fucking stalker, dude.
Well, he can't let that on.
I know that, but like internally telling his dad that, it's like, honey, you're the stalker.
Yeah.
Like, does he know? Is he like investigating Ben? Is he asking for like tips on Ben?
Maybe.
Maybe, probably not at this point. And then I'm like, okay, well, you're forgiving Ben, or like you're owning up to it. You're gonna try and trust him. It's like now more than ever, are you gonna like investigate him on Gossip Girl?
Right.
Especially if he's getting involved with Serena, we're gonna see that on Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting stuff.
But this episode was awful for trying to predict who Gossip Girl is.
Yeah, no, I said that halfway through. I'm like,
Nothing.
wow, Gossip Girl's not very present.
No, and I feel like there wasn't any voiceovers.
Right.
That much, at least.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, you guys who know what happens, but this was hard to predict. And
Yeah.
maybe next week will be a better prediction episode.
Maybe. Speaking of other things, spoilers. I found out a spoiler yesterday.
Wait, you actually know it? Sorry. You know the spoiler that Mike said?
That upset him to a very
I know.
high degree?
I texted him. I DM'd him and I said, what was the spoiler? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And he told me, if you
Yeah.
guys are newbies, maybe you don't want
Well, they
to
couldn't
know,
be
so-
newbies because this is After Dark.
I mean, well, like Tish, she knows who Gossip Girl is, so she listens to this segment, but she doesn't know what else happens in the episode.
Oh, true.
So if you don't
Okay.
want to know what happens,
Well,
fast forward. Or
no,
maybe
I'll
we
just
should-
say I found out a guest star who's going to be on this show.
show. Mhm.
And I was kind of hoping that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So when I found out, and it was through a live that I was watching, which I guess is kind of giving things away.
Yeah, it's okay.
Not really. And I announced it in the Discord, and then Mike is just beside himself.
I know. He's like, this is like the other huge thing I didn't want you to find out besides
there's
who Gossip
one more
Girl is.
thing. There's one more thing that he's holding on to.
I wonder, I'm going to have to DM him because I wonder if it's the one thing I'm holding on to.
Yeah.
Because once that happens, I'm going to be like, whew, I made it through that one.
I'm so excited for this visit to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I won't go into like.
No, it's just, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that too.
Yeah.
So.
It's a good thing you stopped me because I was just going to come out and say it, but I'm like, right, Tish. But Tish is also a fan of some other things and could have seen it. So
Right. It's true.
maybe Tish will message us and be like, I know exactly
I know what you're talking about. So, yeah.
Cool. This
Anyway.
is so cryptic and fun. Everyone's
Right?
like, we're done here. You're right. Let's go home.
Let's go. All right. Until next week, guys, don't forget to send questions for Carrie and Allison.
Please.
The It Girl happened at one night. I was going to say it happened at midnight.
What
Oh
are
my
you-
God.
What are you doing with your hand?
I don't know. I was raising it high in the air. My allergies are taking over. Gotta go.
It's not,
Bye.
it's not going to be May. It's May.
It's May. Thank you so much for listening to 3 Gossip Girls. You can find us on all social media platforms at 3 Gossip Girls Pod or at 3gossipgirlspod@gmail.com.
This has been a Total Betty Media podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vicora.